am going to set the woods on fire and blame your brother. Give him this box of matches.
He will no longer be a problem.
Give him this box of matches when the fire department pulls up.
That's
a true story, too.
We have to tell that one another
That's a true story, too. He set the woods on fire.
And set his brother up? Or just set the woods on fire?
I'm not saying it on record. I mean, I don't know the statute.
Catching me like
I don't know the statute of limitations has run out after 40 years.
Wired up, fed.
I did tell you. I did tell you. I did tell you. I did tell you that I was an OG, didn't I? Pull your shirt up, turn around for a second, Chris. Drop that in the water.
I'm gonna call about this tree. Ooh! I'm coming. Coming. Butt crack plumbing. I'm looking for the tree service. Yeah, that's what I meant. Timber tree service. I was seeing if you could come look at a tree for me next week. I could squeeze you in, man. I think I can squeeze you in.
Don't get fooled like Peyton and call just anyone. You need a name you can trust. Call Buckeye Preferred Services. They are insured with over 35 years experience in custom tree felling, crown reduction, whole tree removal, as well as stump grinding and cleanup. They are cutting out your problems one limb at a time, serving the greater Middle Georgia area and beyond. You can find their Facebook in the description and call them at 478-484-2178 or 478-278-5574.
Well, hello. Hello. And hello. Welcome to, oh my God, what episode is this? 32. 32?
That's right, because we did
30 of the Coffee and Ketchup podcast. Great to see all y'all this wonderful Monday afternoon.
This 32, is that what
I'm talking, man. I'm talking. We're pleased that you would join us. We have got a fantastic episode in store for you today. We're very excited. I think we have got all the kind of auditory issues out. There was a few hiccups in the last episode. I think we've got them all figured out. We spent some time over here off the clock, putting in that overtime yesterday, working on some things, and I think we've got it all situated and good to go. And Brian's eating already.
You're not my daddy.
That didn't take long. We're 30 seconds into the episode, and he's already reaching
halfway
for
through
him.
the intro, and he's like, oh, you know. If you haven't already, please like the video. Make sure you're subscribed down there with your notifications turned on so you can stay up to date on all of the latest Coffee and Ketchup content as we continue to pump out episodes and bring y'all the entertainment that y'all count on every week. We're excited to do it.
I hear a lot of
Will you
crackling.
reach over there and mute Brian's mic for me and just never turn it back on? Just never turn it back on.
I thought about asking you to open it for me, and then you'd have been acting like you were my daddy again. I'm talking, Brian.
Yeah, thanks for all your love and support. Got a lot of comments on the last video,
Which I love.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't believe the first one.
They were all.
My mom said you were a serial killer, but
that was
that was pretty good. Deborah said that be careful, Brian. Derek, your brother's a killer. But yeah, so a lot of people came to Derek's rescue. We call that enabling. And rescuing.
They were all new accounts too.
Yeah, and it's not healthy.
I love it.
It was all made up stuff.
Yeah,
it's all legit.
It was all like random pictures from the internet.
Jane Doe with a freaking picture.
How many new email addresses did you make this week? New YouTube accounts that you made?
All of those were legit.
Stop.
They were legit.
Stop, bro.
Y'all just thought I was the only one.
You have a problem.
That man was sitting there at dinner the other night going, Brian, I'm going to need to use your phone number for this account I'm making.
How many free email addresses can somebody make? I'm just asking for somebody.
And seriously,
Asking
you
for
act
somebody.
like I would know how to do that.
That's true.
It's fair.
That's
It's fair.
true.
So the alternative
So there
is
you
you just
go.
paid people off. You know what I mean? You
That's
just paid
true.
people off to handing out. I'm gonna tell the liquor store people that you've been handing out free Miller Lights up there for every comment. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Listen, I had people calling me legit. Man, I six stripes for me, man. Up and downs one. So
You just
really
made that
12.
up. You know, everybody is just like 17. I do.
Don't be a hater because I got
Oh,
more
I
people in my
stop.
corner.
You got 'em.
Nobody is hating
You got 'em.
on your weird deodorant stuff.
The thing is, like Jeremy called and was like, matter of fact, I didn't know I didn't even know I counted until I watched this episode.
See?
And dadgum, I count every time.
See?
Up and downs one time for me, and I do it 6. I said, so literally you do it like 12 times.
Well, I've had JJ now ask me twice and ask me just one day, how many times did you swipe the other today? I said, baby, I backed down to 5. She said, I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you.
So there you go.
The first step is admitting that you have a problem. I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
No, it was, that made me feel good.
I'm glad you feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel good, and you obviously smell good.
Yeah.
You know?
I just,
You couldn't
Do
possibly
you feel
not
it's
smell
clean?
good.
Do you feel it's clean with 5 versus 10?
I'm going to tell you now, I have done some 6s and 7s. Sometimes I get a little carried away.
Here the truth comes.
Yeah.
I forget. I mean,
Sure,
you got to
sure.
think. You know how many times I've been doing this? How long I've been doing it? I figured something else out the other day.
Oh boy.
So, and this one is it's legitimately ridiculous.
I love when you do that when he starts talking.
And I know that it is. So I'm going ahead and admitting this.
More ridiculous than the deodorant and the water and the cans and the cat food.
You be the judge.
It is. It's gotta be.
So I was paying a bill the other day, and I still write some checks. So
That's okay. You could stop the story right there, and it's already worse.
But wait, there's more.
So I have a routine. I write the date. I write the amount. I sign my name. Then I put who it's to. Then I write out the amount. Then I put in the memo. I put the whatever my account number is or whatever. So I pretty much do it in that order every time.
On the check.
Yes.
Okay.
So I make a little to make sure I do everything. So as I address the envelope, I put in the slip, the invoice slip. I put in my check. I pull my check back out. I look at everything on there again to make sure I filled it all out. I put it back in there. I pull it back out.
Daring. You're serious.
I am.
Twice?
Yeah.
3 times.
And then I put it back in there. And then I almost cringe whenever I pull the little paper back to be able to stick it on the envelope.
Because you're locked in.
Because it's done. It's over and done with. Now I've got to waste an envelope and a stamp if I have to. But I don't.
Have you ever gotten it wrong and left something out on the check?
I'm batting 1,000. I don't want to. I'm fearful of doing that. I'm fearful that my check's going to come back because it ain't signed. That's my biggest one. I'm afraid they're going to reject it because it ain't signed. And then I'm going to get hit with it being late. So I'm like, yeah. So I just, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Listen,
and I know that's bad.
It's pretty bad. I would say it's less bad than the other ones. That seems like a reasonable fear. You know what I mean? Because if you mess it up, which if you rush through it, it's very possible. Checks are very particular. You got to have kind of everything out. And you're right. You know what I'm saying? If you do it, you're mailing it for one thing. You're mailing it. Listen,
I know you are.
You're mailing it. So it's like 2 or 3 days to get there. They see it 2 or 3 days to get back. We're talking about, 6 to 8, 9 days of being late now. Because you live in the 50s. And you pay with a check through the mail.
Hey, I just know then
Paper trail.
all that's taken care of. I know I got the money in my account. I can pay it.
Sure. I can literally pay my Cochrane water bill online. Cochrane Water Department has an online bill pay. I promise you, you don't have anything that you can't pay online.
Watch this, though.
There's nothing in this world that has to be paid in the mail.
You said that. The other week when I mailed in my city of Dublin,
I put in a Sears home catalog with this man.
I put my name, I put my email on there. So what?
With 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
So what happened was I get an email. We're on a well. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't have the water charge.
Sure.
All I have is the trash pickup.
I know what that is now.
So I get an email, and it's like they're saying, hey, you can pay this online. So I went in. So I went in to do it. This happened last month or the month before. When I went in to do it, got to a certain point in there, and it had a convenience fee.
Oh my God, Derek! It's like $1 or $2.
It was $1. Guess what I did?
You said I'll just keep mailing my check.
I backed all the way back out.
It's $1.
It used to stamp, but even worse than that. I Googled how much a stamp was.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Just see if I was well.
Is it like 60 cents?
It's
It's 40 cents.
I need to take into account the cost of the change.
And your stress. You are losing your mind once a month to pay this bill, and you're not willing to pay $1 for that? Less than $1. You're saving money on the stamp.
You really Googled how much it's
Because I don't know how much book at a time. Obviously, I don't
Oh
know.
my God, dude. Darren.
That's
You're winning by like 30 cents.
If that, 'cause you
If
got the
that,
cost
dude.
of the check, the envelope,
If that,
my
bro.
time.
Listen, your stress level.
I
You're like losing your mind
feel
once
like
a
this
month.
is counseling for me. This is good.
It's
Listen,
good. It's
yeah.
good. It's good that you're talking about it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
good that you're talking
pay the
about
money. Pay the money.
it. Is it because you're afraid if you don't do it with the paper trail that you're going to forget what's in the account?
No, it ain't that.
But see, you can't even do that because I promise you he banks somewhere because I bank in Cochrane
Right.
and they have online banking.
Yeah.
I can get on there and check my
That
account
is true.
balance.
I do.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I do that. I
You
do
know?
that.
Oh, I bet you do it all day.
I do it.
3, 4, 7, 20 times a
I do it every other day usually.
Sometimes,
bad.
sometimes I will, because I can't transfer money from my DoorDash account into my Cochrane account at Citizens. So sometimes I'll withdraw cash out of my DoorDash account off my debit card that I have linked in with them, and I'll go and I'll make the deposit into my Citizens. And every time I'm at the window, they'll Chris and I've talked about this.
I'm not the only one. It's like, yes, that's really cool.
It's true, man. Like if I'll go to Walmart, so I don't have to pay any kind of ATM fee, right? And I'll get cash back, $100, whatever. I got $100. I'll go deposit it into the Citizens account when I'm at the window of the grill. You need a receipt with this, or do you need a
You receipt with your account balance on it?
account balance on it? I'm like, it's $100.
No, it's the money I just gave you.
my my balance is what I just gave you.
It's literally the deposit I just made. Thank you, though.
Oh, that's good.
I appreciate it. I might be a few dollars to the good, but
Yeah, it's 102.75.
it ain't more than 5. I
Yeah.
guarantee you that.
That's. I'll try to work on some of those.
And so I thought it was so funny.
There's another funny one too. Sometimes they'll be like, "Would you like? I'll be depositing some money. Like, go put a check in the bank," and they're just like, "Do you want a receipt with your balance on or whatever?" And I'm just like, "No, let's not ruin a decent day. Let's just leave that hidden. No, I don't need to know."
Gosh.
Oh my gosh. I was doing a DoorDash delivery the other day. Might have been Friday night, man. I was out there in the streets all night Friday night. And I was delivering to an old neighborhood we lived in.
Uh-huh.
Over there off of Hillcrest.
Okay.
Up from the liquor store.
Uh-huh.
You remember when we rented a house over there while Mom was building?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Mom was building.
I know
The first-
exactly.
Mom built a house?
Mom built 2 houses.
Yeah. Two.
Sharing construction. I hear you.
Yep. So like we were living over there, and I
Oh my
This-
gosh, y'all!
Here we go.
We have to be
Here we
professional.
go.
Listen, we've got like 7 minutes of content every
This is-
episode. This is like 45 minutes of.
I'm gonna try my best to get this out, Chris. You're gonna have fun with this one.
I can think about was Hannibal later, like, "Drink 5 of these."
What I was thinking when he did
Because
that.
he's a serial killer.
That's
You
a
got it,
fake-
Deborah. Good
fake-
job.
Fake
Right.
laugh.
Listen, you're
Fake
gonna
laugh.
think I'm making this up, but Derek is going to tell you this is true. I was reminded of my buddy that lived up the street when we lived over there that I used to play ball with.
Okay.
His mom and dad were, no kidding, when we were coming up playing baseball, his mom and dad were the Nick Sabans of Little League Baseball. You get my reference on that?
Yeah, I'm
Everybody wanted to play for
Sure.
them because they were just good. They were great.
Full of all-stars.
They were great people. They were great people. They knew how to draft. They knew how to coach their team. They were just on and off the
You
field.
heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Great
Out,
people.
out of Brian Thomas's mouth himself, you heard it. Nick Saban represents greatness.
He does, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt, absolutely. I'll
sure.
never argue that fact. He was a wonderful, wonderful college football
How much do you
coach.
like saying was?
It's cool, man.
Best Christmas present I got
Yeah,
this
it
year.
just kind of is. But their son, whose name was Brian, his nickname was Moose.
Okay.
Okay, follow me. So on the back of his jersey or his shirt, the name Moose. On the back of his mom's jersey, if you will, for lack of better terms, the baseball shirt that we wore representing the Astros, I think we were at one time.
Oh.
Moose's mom.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I remember that.
Still following.
Moose's dad, back of his.
Yep.
Yeah. Still following.
Well, then,
I haven't veered off yet.
Moose had a real good friend. Guess what it said? Moose's friend.
Did it really? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember the others though.
Yeah. I can't remember that guy's name, but his nickname was Elk.
No, it was not.
That's where I
That
veer
is
off.
true.
That's where I get off the
That is-
interstate with him. I'm like
that-
following him.
No,
you know
it
what I'm saying?
was.
That
And we're
is true.
going, and I'm like, all right, it's a little
That-
sketchy, but I'm going to keep going.
That is true.
And then he comes up with his crap, and I was like, no,
That is
and-
true.
And for that reason, I'm out.
He lost me at Elk.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true. Elk.
I didn't know
But it
that.
was Moose's friend. So I got my mom to put on the back of my jersey. I sit behind Moose in homeroom. So Friday night as I'm driving around, I'm just thinking,
Good Lord. He has too much time on his hands.
all these shirts that could be made live down the street from Moose. Moose's teacher. Went to school with Moose's mom.
You heard about Moose on the podcast.
He was the center. He was the Kevin Bacon, if you will. And everyone wanted to see how many degrees they could get close to Kevin Bacon. That's a true story. Moose's friend was named Elk. Moose's mom on the back of her jersey. All the way down to Moose's third baseman.
No, it was not.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Was it Moose's friend or was it Elk on the back of his shirt?
I think one year it was Moose's friend, and then he wanted his own identity. So he wanted to come up with an original nickname, so they went with Elk. And it was after he got the name printed on the back that he realized that's not so original. You're all still linking me with Moose.
On a 0 to 100 percentage here, how much of that do you
100.
believe?
100.
I believe 98% of it because I know a lot of it happened.
98?
A lot of that happened. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Moose's
Yep.
mom, Moose's dad,
Yep.
all that happened.
Yeah.
Moose, I know that.
And
I
it-
worked with Moose later in life.
And it was the Astros.
Well,
I'm
that's
pretty
still
sure.
3 out of
Still
4
didn't
jerseys.
call him Brian. I still called him
That's
Moose.
still 3 out of 4 jerseys. That'd be 75%. I'm not sure if I believe the Elk jersey.
I'm going to tell you right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reach out to Moose. I'm going to reach out to him and say, hey, man, watch the episode for me.
Yeah.
And
You
can
can, you gonna pay him to comment? Like,
No, I don't
you-
have beer to give him
do
like
you-
Derek does.
I got give away beer over Moose. Please don't say that.
Start 17th job off now, Derek.
Hey,
You know what I
somebody pulls up to the window on a Friday night and say, what's up now? What you need me to say again?
Yeah, hey, what was that? You Derek, right? What do you need me to comment this week? What's up?
My homeboy behind me, too.
Yeah, they gonna comment too, bro.
Here's your twist off 16 ounce still alive.
A twist off 60.
16 ounce. 16
Oh, I thought you said
ounce.
60. I was like, I didn't know Miller Lite was
Oh.
dugging like that.
No,
60?
dude.
It's like some OE stuff right
OE,
there.
I
bro.
will say that the the Ice House 40 did come back in gas.
Dang.
It's no longer.
Playing with my recovery now, Derek.
Hey, that's a fight waiting to happen right there, son.
I know.
Watch out, dude.
Ice House.
It
That
used
is
to be
that is a
44.
Southern fried chicken meal in a bottle.
God dang.
You drink a 40 at Ice House and you are full.
That's it.
It's
Oh,
so
I
much
imagine
carbs.
so.
It's like biscuits, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, the whole thing in a can.
And bond
You
money.
just
You're gonna need some bond money when
Yeah,
you go get you an Ice House
Oh,
40.
gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and tell Cadillac I'll be over there in just a little bit. Keep the lights on, cause I'm coming to see you
Yeah,
later.
we're coming back. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. We're coming back.
Yeah, no kidding, man. No, I'm gonna
A
reach out.
moose, huh? Yeah,
I'm gonna
reach out to Moose.
I'm
I
gonna reach
gotta
out to
know.
Brian,
I
man.
gotta
I
know.
think I know how to get in contact with him.
Can you
Tell
go
him-
out the door and like call for him? Like, how do you do a moose call? Do you know?
I don't even know what a moose call sounds like.
Moose.
Moo. Is that right?
Sounds good to
I'm
me.
just guessing. Probably not.
Like you would know. Hey, Chris, is this a deer track?
Yeah, for real. I don't even know what
I
your
knew,
animals out back look
I
like.
knew it was. I was just shocked there was one right outside the door.
Kevin,
I couldn't
Kevin,
believe that there was a deer outside next to the woods. You know what I mean?
Kevin called me Friday, and I answered the phone. I don't even think he said, "Hey, Brian, how are you?" I think the first thing he said when I was like, "What's up, KT?" Y'all didn't know what a deer track looked like.
The disappointment. Kevin was so ashamed.
So one of the episodes when we recorded the one three times. Okay.
Yeah.
Remind us again.
When we finished the third recording, he called me. He called me that afternoon. What you up to, man? Now we just got through recording the podcast. It turned out real good, I thought. What was it about? I said, I ain't gonna tell you, Kevin. I said, then you ain't gonna want to watch it. He goes, man, I'll tell you what. I'm about to still watch it. Just go ahead and tell me what it's about. And I wouldn't give in. But I was glad he wasn't standing in front of me or anything.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with him. But I was like, dude, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to ruin the surprise. I'm the same guy that didn't want to find out the sex of my kids until they came into this world. So
Me either, dude.
don't come at me. I ain't telling you what the podcast is about. Just watch it. Anyway.
That's interesting. We might have to come back to that one. So neither one of y'all found out the sex before your child was born?
With Blair, I didn't.
Okay. I did.
With the other two, I did.
Did.
Yeah. No,
I guess I just don't understand the choice in that.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like just from a preparedness kind of perspective, not that you can't get like generic sex toy. Not like you can't, and it would be, probably wouldn't even be inconvenient to do it kind of non-gender specific and just set it up and just have a baby and be surprised. I guess the surprise is not exciting for me in something like that, and I guess I would just want to know.
Yeah.
We already had the name picked out before we knew what Blair was going to be. She was going to be Blair.
Either way.
Oh.
With a knee, without a knee.
Do you know any guys named Blair?
Yeah, that's who I named her after.
Calm it down, Blair.
I named her after a guy named Blair.
I don't think I do, but
grew up in the neighborhood I've talked about all the time. I talk about
the Rock neighborhood,
the Brookwood gang. Yeah, the Rock throwing neighborhood. Just
Rock
there's some demon kids. You can't mess with them kids.
We were hardcore, man. Ran into one of them at Chick-fil-A not long ago. Trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ran into Trip, man.
You throw a rock at him?
No, wouldn't dare throw a rock at Trip. I used to beat him with pillows. That was the best way
bad man.
Best way to do it. Get my aggression out, but not hurt him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Love that dude, man. He was a cool kid. But Blair would call me Uncle Brian. He would go everywhere I would go.
He was the youngest.
He was the youngest of the whole group, man. The whole gang. He was the youngest, and every step I took, he took one right behind me. Uncle Brian, because his brother, like we would be out like gallivanting, and his brother wouldn't want him to go, so he would trump his brother by asking me, and I was older than his brother, so I could make that call. I was one of the OGs.
Oh, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would
believe it.
I would
number one rock thrower.
I would grant him the permission. Blair, you may go, you may come. Do not listen to your.
We can go to the woods.
What is this? What is this you request the day of my daughter's wedding?
I am going to set the woods on fire and blame your brother. Give him this box of matches.
He will no longer be a problem.
Give him this box of matches when the fire department pulls up.
That's
a true story too.
We have to tell that one another
That's a true story too. He set the woods on fire.
And set his brother up? Or just set the woods on fire?
I'm not saying it on record. I mean, I don't know if the
catching me like
I don't know if the statute of limitations has run out after 40 years.
Wired up, Fed.
I did tell you. I did tell you. I did tell you. I did tell you that I was an OG, didn't I? Pull your shirt up, turn around for a second, Chris. Drop that in the water. What's going on with you, cuz? No, man, but I did. I told Blair. I told Blair when we were kids that I said I'm gonna name my firstborn after you,
I remember
and
that.
he was like, "Okay." Didn't believe me, I'm sure, but I did. I did. I stuck true to my word, man.
That is funny.
Yep. Going back to KT though, I do want to say this. He I love to talk about that dude, man.
He's hilarious.
Called me.
He's just very like nonchalantly has no idea that he's hilarious. But he is
He
just
don't.
him
He don't
24/7.
He don't want to
And
be.
it is hilarious.
There's some times where he's like having a good day, not at work, doesn't have to go into work, didn't just get off.
Right.
There's some days you catch him where he does.
Yeah, you know it
He
real quick.
does try to come out and be funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Like last.
Well, he did some on the podcast, I think.
Yeah, he did some, but most of the time he's just him.
Yeah.
Not trying to be funny,
Yeah.
but it's freaking hilarious,
Yeah.
dude. He called me the other night. I was out DoorDash one day during the week. Hey, bro, what are you doing? Just all serious, all business, man. Oh, not much, man. I'm DoorDash. I figured that's what you was doing. And listen. Honest to God, man, I cherish when he calls me now because we haven't.
Sure.
We had to really work at getting back to where we are, man. And we are
I
so.
mean, you tried to punk him out in front of your friends.
I did.
It takes a little while to get back from something like that.
Yeah, that and caught him in the front yard once too. And that, two major mistakes. Two major mistakes out of a teenager. No, he and I, man, I love the place that we're at, man. And he called me, just chopping it up. He was in line at McDonald's, and he said something about hold on, bro. And he's all right, I'm back. Dude in front of me was not wanting to let me go or something. Blowed his horn at me. Oh, okay, cool. And what's he driving? Man, some piece of crap SUV. He's behind me now. He got some girls in there, man. He's trying to be tough. Oh, I bet, man. That's all he's doing, KT. What McDonald's are you at? 441 or
I am
veterans?
dying to hear this story.
Veterans. I'm a veterans. I said, okay, cool, man. Yeah. 3 minutes later, he says, hold on, Brian. I'm at the window paying. I said, yeah, I know. I see you.
Pulled up quick.
He said, you see me? What? Damn, I'll see you right there, man. You know, she done drove over here. I said, brother, I will snatch somebody out that window of that SUV in a minute for one of my brothers, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if I get beat up. I'm snatching somebody's life out of them.
Brian over there like, Kevin, you probably going to have to take the dude driving, but I'm going to get one of them girls, though. I'm going to get one of them girls.
Whichever that girl's laughing the loudest, bro, I'm going to get her quiet quick. She's the first one I'm swinging on. I've been watching some Sean Strickland interviews, too. It's over with, bro.
So I'm not trying to pound on him, and I got to throw this out there too because this was very funny to me. I'm on the phone with him. It may have been that same day when he asked about the podcast, and I wouldn't tell him what it was about. I told him that I was trying to brighten up the bedrooms because it's real dark in there, even with the lights on. It's got 3 of those small bulbs in the ceiling fan light part. JJ said, "Well, buy higher wattage bulbs." I said,
What room?
All 3 of the bedrooms.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I go up there and I take the bowl thing off. I reach up there and I take a picture because it'll tell you how much the highest wattage they recommend that you put in there. Well, it was like 40 watts, I think, because they're all 3 the same. Well, I'm on the phone with Kevin and I tell him, he said, well, make sure some of them got the bigger end and some of them got the smaller end, what you screw in. I was like, yeah, I said, that's one thing I got to go back and look at. I didn't do that. And I said, it calls for a 40 watt. He said, Derek, you can put a bigger wattage in there. You ain't got to go with 40. And I said, yeah, but that's what it recommends, Kevin. I said, if I put 100 in there, and I said, for some reason I caused the house fire, I said, I feel like I was responsible for that because I didn't.
You would be responsible.
Your feeling would be correct
100%
that time.
That would be your fault.
So Kevin proceeds to tell me, and again, this is not being any kind of way, so I hope nobody
some kind of way.
I hope nobody takes this the wrong way.
I'm finna take it the wrong way.
Just
if you do comment, it will come to you.
It was just how passionate he was about it. He said, Derek, He said, man, he said, I can't believe that. He said, if Jesus Christ himself walked in the house and told you you can put a higher wattage bulb in there than that, he said, you still wouldn't do it, would you? And he said, I ain't trying to be sacrilegious or anything, but I just tell you, that's just how you are. And I said, Kevin, I said, I hate to say it. I said, but you're probably right. I said, you're probably right. I said, I wouldn't go over the 40 watt. But just the way he so quickly, and because he knew, me and him lived together for 5-6 years before he got married. And so he knows me inside, like you do, in my quirks or whatever. But anyway, I thought that was hilarious. That
It is. That's good.
And the sad thing is, I haven't done anything with the bulbs yet, just simply because I'm scared to make that decision, and I'm afraid another 40 watts is going to still give me the same dimness that I have now. So anyway,
Dang, dude.
Yeah, he's funny.
You know what makes me upset?
He's got everybody wanting to go get him to go and get stuff from behind
Bruh,
the thing.
all the time.
It's crazy. I need Kevin over here. They don't have any so-and-so
Who was
out.
it who texted the other day something about the scene of the crime?
He did.
He did. Yeah.
He did. He took a
It was
picture
like he
and
took
sent
a
it out to
picture
like 4 or 5 of us.
The employees only.
That's
voice.
where
It's
it
like a
all
scene.
happened.
That's the scene of the crime. And they took a picture of the manager that chased him out of there. And I zoomed in on that guy, the manager guy, and he was looking out the corner of his eye.
Yeah, he was
Kevin
taking that
taking
kid.
a picture.
You could see it.
That
And
kid was 15.
And I was like, Kevin, if you look at the guy real closely, he's out of the corner of his eye.
Don't rip him
Look
up,
at-
dude. Don't.
And he said, I don't give a damn, bro.
Oh my God.
I love that he took a picture of where. I'm glad he did because I thought it was on the other end.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was on
Yeah.
that end. I thought it was on
Yeah.
the left hand side.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
it was out. And then somebody the other day in a group chat with us said, it was somebody had sent out something about, I don't know, someone not transferring to Georgia or in the portal or something,
I
and
wasn't in this
then
chat.
and then their comment came back that were like, yeah, I seen that. Oh, by the way, KT, they're out of chocolate milk at Kroger. Can you help me out?
I think that was Jason. Wasn't that Jason?
Yeah,
That's so good,
was
man.
Jason,
That's so
yeah.
That
good.
was funny
they
too.
God, that's
they
good.
won't. They're not gonna let that one go. They're
Which I-
not gonna
Too
let that
funny,
go.
You
man.
can't.
It's too funny.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to is the next time he does it because you know he's not done.
No.
He's going to do it again.
He's gonna break that promise.
He's a serial chocolate milk.
He's gonna break that promise. I won't do it again. I promise.
I promise.
I promise.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just need to grab this cake from Mama real quick, and then we can go ahead and go over there.
This guy again?
You have got to be kidding me.
Hey boys, I got y'all's cake right here, man. Oh, I got it right here. Wait till you get a load of this. Derek, come on, man. I got somebody way better. Hey, suit yourself, fellas.
Always go with someone you can count on. Emerald City Sweets is locally female owned and operated. They have been in business since 2019. They are open Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They serve soups, salads, sandwiches, and of course, cupcakes. They offer custom cakes and sweets for your every occasion. Located at 302 Pine Forest Street in Dublin, Georgia, they can be reached at 478-205-5385. Again, that's 478-205-5385. And their Facebook is linked in the description. Get your event done right with Emerald City Sweets.
That is way better.
You know what aggravates me? What aggravates me is when I'm driving, minding my business at night, and all of a sudden I sneak up unexpectedly on a freaking cop on the side of the road, all darked out, trying to catch somebody speeding.
Yeah.
Happened to me the other night.
How fast?
Coming down. No, I wasn't speeding.
Oh, okay.
Coming down. I do drive fast though, but if I'm on like a highway or main road or something like that, I usually set my cruise.
Unless there's a deer running beside you.
That
And that
night
was
I was
20
going
years
slow.
ago. Yeah.
I was driving slow.
Carry on.
Which proves the deer was running beside me because they run the same speed that I was driving. So
We proved that.
yeah. I got flashed by a car coming towards me, like bunch of them. So I'm like, okay, cool, appreciate it. Threw my hand up. It's dark. Right when I top the hill, State Patrol, right there at Hillcrest, right at Family Dollar. Right when you're coming over that hill, coming from like the strip.
Yep.
He's in the turning lane. Dark. Darked out. Yeah. And it, yeah.
Yeah, they changed that law a few years ago.
I was going to ask, can you not? I thought that was illegal for them to do that.
They changed it probably 5 or 6 years ago.
So that where they can do it
they
again?
can sit in complete darkness now, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. If you're off the road, sometimes they're a little bit close, to, in my opinion, like in Bleckley. They'll be a little closer to the highway. They're on 26 when I'm coming into town or going out of town or whatever. Really no big deal. But that guy was, and just my opinion, that was dangerous.
Yeah, and that's what I was.
Just sitting there with no lights on.
Concern.
I mean, I get it. You're in the, you're not in the lane of traffic oncoming, but dang, bro,
Yeah.
whatever. One night we were coming from Warner Robins. My buddy Keith was driving, and we're coming down 96, and there is, I guess, county or State Patrol one had someone pulled over on 96, and so we're probably a mile or two on down from where he had someone pulled over, and there's a car coming. So Keith, Keith,
Yeah.
he hits him to warn him that there's a cop up ahead, and he was warning a cop.
You pulled him over?
Yeah. Turned around, hit him with the lights, pulled him over, and kind of got on him a little bit, but didn't write him a ticket.
Huh.
Okay.
You know why?
Yeah, because you can warn people of upcoming hazard.
I just looked it up, and that counts. I just looked at Macon Telegraph just wrote 2 days ago.
They are really.
Yeah.
Had
I
no
just put up
idea.
a story from 2 days ago saying that it is not illegal to flash your lights to warn a policeman up ahead.
It's not because they are a possibility of danger in the roadway.
Not only that, I would think as long as people slow down, what difference does it make? You just don't get the money.
Yeah.
You know?
It
flash the lights, you slow down, win-win.
It has to do with that being a reason, because it's not against the law to, like, okay, if I'm driving down the same road and say that talking deer is out there doing this thing, and I warn someone that there's deer that I just passed, it's not illegal for me to warn a fellow driver of impending danger ahead.
Sure.
Well, guess what? That guy on the side of the road, whether he has his lights flashing because he's pulled someone over, or if he's in the middle of the road in the turn lane, he is still possible danger for the oncomers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So don't ever fear of flashing someone.
I don't, and I do it. I'll do it right after passing the college grant. I don't care. I've never been pulled over for it.
They got Keith.
That's interesting. I would have thought it was illegal to do that.
Well, he thought it was illegal too.
I'm glad that y'all clarified that.
Yeah, he was kind of scared of it.
All you're doing is taking away their chance to write a ticket.
Yeah.
Because they're wanting to slow people down.
Right.
If I flash you to let you know there's cops around, they're slowing down.
Right.
So you're getting that need met. You know what I mean?
You're helping them out.
The only thing you're not doing is getting some money from a ticket. And that's kind of it.
Yeah.
But
What's that little town right there? Chester. I guess they had
Chester, that's a little town.
One police car that wasn't very operational, or maybe they just didn't have the manpower to drive it, and they would park in different locations, unmanned, hoping to slow people down.
That's kind of interesting.
I don't think they do it anymore, but I know that I used to go that way all the time coming from work.
Dude, it got me every single time.
It did me for the first 7 or 8.
I knew every time I'd go through there that there was nobody in there. But I just knew that one day there would be. They was going to do it for 6 months straight, never have anybody in that stupid car.
Yeah.
But then I was going to speed through there one day. But I don't speed anymore, so I don't worry about it.
Hey, I was working at Publix in somewhere, and I was over talking to my buddy who was a Hispanic fella who was doing dairy, I believe. We were over by the dairy station. I think that was where he worked. And we were just over there just chopping it up, talking this and that. And this lady comes by in this cart. the hover rounds.
Yeah.
You know, the shopping carts. And she's
You ever gotten in one of those?
yeah. Oh,
Really?
yeah, I
I
had
never
to.
have.
Well, I didn't get into them for the fun of it or for the shopping
I've always
pleasure.
wanted to, man, but I just
Well,
never do.
think about it. It's,
I never let that intrusive thought win.
I work for Publix. If I'm
Oh,
trying
if
to
they're
get
like
ready
out
to
in the
close the
parking lot or
store, they're
something,
out
you
in the
got to
parking
bring
lot.
them in.
Somebody's got to drive them, man.
It's true.
It's always so embarrassing.
I've
to
never
me,
had a
man.
decent reason to though. Able-bodied, doesn't work there. I just my intrusive thoughts would be like, just ride
You're
them.
not
Think
missing
about
They're
out.
not going
You're
to
not
spend.
missing out.
Yeah, I mean they don't go as
Think
fast.
about this.
Like
Good
a
Lord
turbo
willing,
one.
we'll all get there one day.
Good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise.
Did you just say you hope I'm crippled?
No, I'm just saying, good
Jeez,
Lord willing,
Derek.
we'll still be getting around at
Oh
90
my
years
God!
old.
You
We're
hear
probably
that,
going
man? He just hopes that I end up in a hover
I
round,
said we,
in a rascal,
all
I
of
heard
us.
just
that.
scooting around.
Yeah,
I said all of us.
they'll have something so much.
Go ahead with your
They'll have
story.
something so much cooler by then.
I'm gonna turbo mine. So
Hey, listen,
we finna supercharge that sucker.
I may be rolling up there.
I'm finna get a speeding ticket in the
I
rascal.
may roll up in there on the back of a possum or something, going shopping. It's like. So check this out. I'm gonna come back to the candy. Okay,
We'll
back
figure this you
back on my story. I want to remember his name, but I don't want to just shout out a name. So Jose and I are over there talking, and this lady on this cart smacks into I think it was a bread display. It was a display right there on the center of the back aisle, and she just nails it, dude, and knocks stuff over.
Like what you'd see in a movie.
Pretty much, cuz
That's fine.
pretty much. This idiot got full Hispanic guy, man. Full Hispanic goes up to her without missing a beat, like mid sentence probably. As we're talking, she hits the bread display. It goes everywhere. He walks up to her with this disappointed look on his face and goes, "License and registration, please."
That's so good. That's so good. That's the kind of comedy I appreciate.
I do
That's
too.
so
I
good.
do too.
You know what I mean? Just
And
like
it
a
was
tense situation for everybody.
It was
Don't
so
even worry about it. We're about to make
funny,
a joke. We're
dude.
about to make a
And
joke.
even like for a second start on her and then he was like, "I'm just kidding." And then she was like able to relax because she was, I'm sure, so embarrassed and didn't know what kind of reaction she was gonna get, and he was like, "We got it. Just go on with your business." But it was hilarious, dude. That's probably been 18 years ago, 20 years ago. Freaking hilarious.
That is good.
That is too funny. License and registration.
License and registration, please. You got an engagement coming up, don't you?
Engagement.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, I'm obviously happily married.
Not that kind
not
of
a
engagement.
speaking engagement. So let me tell you. So every year with my work, we get invited to do like Cochran in Bleckley County does a Bible reading marathon every year for National Prayer Month, week, year, quarter. I don't know, whatever they do.
Year.
So so every year the lady who runs it sends me a text. You know what I'm saying? Usually a couple months beforehand. I don't want one.
I don't
Back
know.
down.
She'll send me a text. You know what I mean? Because I get, sometimes staff will go read for an hour. Sometimes the guys at the house will go read for like an hour, read a chapter or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We volunteer to go and read the Bible, and it lasts about a week. And we might take an hour here, an hour there, whatever. So I get a text from this lady saying, "Hey, Bible reading marathon coming up. Opening night's going to be April 26th. She usually has us read on opening night. Um, Wondered if you'd be interested in," and I stopped reading. I stopped reading because I've gotten this text the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Hey, absolutely. We're there. No problem. We got you. That did she text back? That's great. Thanks. Can't wait. Cool.
And you then did what?
Didn't think anything else about it.
And got on the whiteboard.
And I put on the whiteboard at work, hey, we got to be ready to read April 26th at 6 o'clock for the Bible reading marathon. That's when we usually have to read, and that's when we're going to have to start reading this year. You know what I mean?
And you put the initials BRM and then the date. Bible reading marathon.
Bible reading and the date, right? Yeah. So about 2 days after that, I get, and I'll read out I'll give them I'll read out the text real quick, man. I'll go ahead and share the So this is for the 21st Bible Reading Marathon opening night, and she sends me this, and it says main speaker. You know, it's this person, president of the Ministerial Alliance. This person, somebody, a representative from the county, the city mayor, the city police chief, the county sheriff, the county fire department, the Bleckley school superintendent, I believe, the Bleckley County Learning Center person in charge, a representative from the Gideons, and Promise of Hope, Chris Rush. And I was just like, what?
So what does that mean?
So I go back in the thing or whatever, and I start reading it again, and it was just like the second part to that went after, because the first part says, "Good morning, Chris. Just a reminder to pencil in the date for the opening night of our 21st annual Bible Reading Marathon, April 26th to May 7th."
And that's
May
where you
2nd.
stop.
And that's where I stopped. I was just like, okay, we've done this the last 4, 5, 6 years.
See, I'm
I know
dying
what she's
here.
asking.
The rest of it
The
goes.
second half of this message goes, "We would be so honored to have you represent the Promise of Hope facility and take a few minutes to share what God's means to you and the men enrolled in the program." So, like, just because of my carelessness and lack of reading things all the way through and just assuming, I now am giving I'm one of the speakers for the opening night. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So I changed the initials of BRM, Bible Reading Marathon, to CST, and asked everybody, "Can you guess what that means now?" And they're like, "No." And I said, "Chris's speaking tour,"
Chris is speaking to
which
him.
he is great at it, but hates it.
Yeah, but again, as we've discussed before, that kind of event, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Blakely County. There'll probably be, what do you think, like 50 people there, maybe 50, 60 people?
80 to 100.
Maybe 80 to 100. That number really doesn't bother me.
Yes.
What bothers me about this is I'm gonna be up on stage with these other people who I'm sure are gonna want to like shake hands.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, okay, nice
Photo
to
op.
meet you, or I've met you before. Yeah, we've seen you here, and blah blah. We know POH from here. That's the kind of stuff But getting in front of people, I'll just like I'm taller than it. I'll look over them. You know what I mean? Like I just I won't even write it down, and I'll just ramble off some.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we're so honored to be here. We do them. You know, man, I've done it so many times. I'll just come up with
So that
something on the
part's
spot.
easy.
That's
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, he can nail
I
that.
told you I can do. It's when me and Brian have to go to like conventions and stuff, and we have to like sit at the dinner table with 4 other people because there's this expected personal transaction that I don't want to make.
And that's when Robin shines. That's when
freak out.
Robin shines through right there. Cause
When Brian comes, and
you know,
he'll remember people and ask them and make small jokes and show interest in their lives and all that kind of stuff. And that's where
Gail Smith and stuff.
yeah,
just a chance,
I'll
you know
kiss
what I mean?
hands and shake babies all day,
All
man.
day, and he's fantastic at it. And I'm just fantastic at public speaking. It just doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? I'll just get up there, say what I got to say, and go.
Yeah. I second
Um,
both of them. So yeah.
I don't, and I'm pretty good at if I stumble over something or if I get caught up and kind of go quiet for a second, I'll just make a joke. I'm very good at coming up with jokes, real, you know what I mean? And then everybody laughs, and everybody forgot I did something stupid. You know what I mean? I'm just good at it. That doesn't bother me. It's the before and after. Like, oh, Mr. Mayor, nice to see you again. You know, and people come up to me because I've done a lot of these things in Bleckley County, and they'll be like, "Oh, Chris, so nice to see you again." And then I got to pull the Brian and be like, "Randy." You know what I mean? I got to make up a name and hope that they'll just go with it. No, I doubt it.
Probably not.
The
Probably.
only one I ever remember is the mayor of Cochran because he's always got a baseball hat on. He'll be like in a suit, baseball cap on.
Love it.
My kind of guy. They're all in suits at this thing every year, but I'm not wearing a suit.
No.
I'll go out there like this. I don't care.
I know you don't.
Ball cap and a t-shirt.
Hat turn around backwards if you want.
Sure will.
Flat build.
You know what I mean?
You know.
But yeah, so that's how I kind of backed into. That's why I always read your text all the way through, kids. Make sure you read the fine print, know what you're signing up for. But here we are. You know, whatever. But
So
it was just surprising. It's not that big of a deal. I don't mind doing it. It was just a surprise.
that's funny. It's a good thing she followed back up, or else
Yeah.
you would not have.
Could you imagine if I did just show up in like a POH shirt like the day of? She's like, "Oh, You got to get up on stage.
You're,
Oh,
you're
okay.
speaking, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, let me go back and check this text.
Standing
you
next to
sent
the
me.
mayor in a suit and the
Opening up
police
for,
chief in full, like, combat uniform. And I'm like, all right, it's cool.
opening up for the mayor.
Yeah.
Open it up for the mayor.
Thank you all for coming out.
I'm gonna put like the Jim Carrey. Thank you, Dark Continent. Good night.
Hey, kick over the podium on your way up there. Thank you, Congress.
You can get up there too and just start doing your hands like this and go, "We love you all." Ozzy Osbourne.
I'll throw you a rubber bat up on there, and you can act like you bite the head off of it.
That'd be good, man.
Sharon, send me Sharon.
That was one of
The hair
that
out
was one of my favorite shows to watch back in the day.
It's a good one now. I enjoy
You like turn the captions on, and even the captions were just like Ozzy,
jumbled up, yeah.
mumbling Ozzy.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
Humble
going.
Ozzy.
Sharon,
Randy Rose.
The best guitars though.
That was.
He sounds like that guy when the guy goes on the street to interview that one guy, and they're like it's viral everywhere. And he's like, feeling kind of clunky.
No,
You gotta love Ozzy.
no, you didn't give any details. You said it's kind of like the guy
The guy
that interviewed the guy
on the street
on the street that went.
feeling kind of clunky.
You know what I mean? No details. You know, so there was that thing down by the place with them people.
with the building.
You know what I'm talking
We
about.
had the trees out in the front.
No,
I'm going to show you, and you're going to be like, "Oh, that."
I doubt it. I doubt it. Seriously doubt it.
You've seen it.
So I got.
Maybe.
I told Brian this, and I got to tell you this. This is just real funny, I guess. So he and I were on the phone the other night, and we're carrying on a conversation about whatever. Right, you and I are.
Okay.
And no. I was on the phone with Mama. Nah, that's what it was. I was on the phone with Mama.
Do you need a second?
Are you feeling kind of glonky?
No. So I'm on the phone with Mama. We've been talking for about 15 minutes, just catching up. Like we usually do every day. And I don't say it in a bad way. We talk every day just about.
Do you catch up on a daily basis?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I'm about
I
every.
would not consider that catching up. I would consider that like
Yeah.
talking.
How was your day?
And my mom and I catch up about
Continuation.
once a week.
How are y'all doing?
Because some things have happened.
So
I'm every 3 days, probably.
So we're on the phone, and this is the beautiful thing. I guess I'm the easy one. So we're on the phone, and she's.
God, I know what you're about to say.
She's how's Brian doing, and he's good, and he's doing whatever he was doing at that point.
Asking like detailed, intimate stuff about my life, like what's going on.
It's just beautiful. She knows it.
But that's important.
Yeah.
That's what she's asking him. She's not just like generic.
It's
What's going on with this?
She's digging in. She's digging in. And so anyway, she and I are just chit chatting on the phone. And by that time, we've been on the phone for about 15 minutes. By that time, Brian's beeps in, and I tell her that's Brian beeping in, because she thinks she'd asked me if I'd heard from Brian today or something, if I'd seen him. And this is 5:00 in the afternoon. I said, "Yeah, Brian's beeping in, Mom. Let me go get him." "Okay, I'll talk to you later, honey. Love you. Bye." We get off the phone. Brian and I are on the phone for probably 3 minutes, and during that 3 minutes, Mama starts beeping in. Mama's beeping in. So I tell Brian, let me go. Mama's calling me back on the other line. He says, "All right, I'll talk to you later." He and I get off the phone. "Bye, I love you. Bye, I love you." So I answered the phone, and I'm figuring Mama forgot to tell me something. So I answered the phone. "Hello?" She goes, "Is everything okay with Brian?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, I hadn't heard from him all day, and I knew you hadn't seen him or talked to him. I just want to make sure everything was okay with him." I said, "Yes, ma'am. Everything's good. He's doing so and so. He's going to the gym, whatever he was doing." And I get off the phone with her because that was all she wanted.
She wanted baby's okay.
She wanted to check on the baby. So in other words, two reasons I tell this story. Number one, Brian is now gone back into the slot position. Number one,
Doubtful.
and then the fact that the beauty of it is the second piece of this is that Mama knows that Brian called me because we got off the phone so I could answer him.
Right.
Brian and I aren't on the phone for 3 minutes, and she's calling me back to make sure that he's okay. And she has his number. She could call him just to touch base.
Yeah, but Derek, now she ain't talked to him all day now. You know what I mean? He ain't called her and it's like, he ain't called me today.
I thought that was just awesome.
She gets more
She
information
did that
about my life from Derek than she gets
because
from
she
me.
knows
Because
I'm not.
Derek's the feds. Derek's the feds.
Derek's the one I need to be patting down.
She knows that she asked me something. I'm just going to tell her. You know.
I believe that's the problem we're talking about. We found the issue. Yeah.
So she just asked me. I just love it. She knows good. That is, in her words, I think she always uses the word cubs. She has to make sure everything, all her cubs are okay, whether that be
Yeah.
the
Chicken on the
grand
ducks.
youngins or if that means us. It's just funny, man. She can't help it. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
but it was just hilarious to me that she's gone. And I'm still on the phone with Brian. I got to get off to him to answer her to tell her that he's okay.
That was funny.
That is too funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, no, I could see her doing that. I don't know. My mom,
We love you, Mama. We wouldn't trade
Oh,
you for
yeah.
nothing.
Oh, yeah. We was talking
my
about her this
mom
morning.
probably does that some. Probably less just because we've always kind of, the three of us have always kind of been like overly independent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, like active addiction, I would reach out for help and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But even when I was like 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not. I looked up online one time that I could legally leave and like emancipate myself at 17. And that was like 3 months before my 17th. She might tell that story when she comes on.
Yeah. Why don't you let the cat out of the bag on that one?
I
If
will. I
you
will.
would.
So like I left. You know what I mean? No, I mean I wasn't gone like for forever. It's like I never came back home. I was doing drugs, was in and out of home a lot. You know what I'm saying? But we all three kind of had that like we're good. You know what I mean? Like we're finna do what we want. You know? And she just from a respect kind of thing is just kind of you know she'll offer her advice if we ask for it. You know what I mean?
She didn't look at you and say, "I'll see you in 48 hours."
Yeah, like she did.
Hey, I did that same thing, dude. I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm grown up. I got it from here. I was 44.
3 days ago.
I
It was
I
3
was
days ago.
44, and I said, I think I can handle it now.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got a little bit of an understanding on this thing called life. I don't have a minimal criminal story today to close out the episode, but I do have something to say that's kind of like minimal criminal related. Hey, man, nothing says and screams, I'm on meth louder than sending all of your friends free spins on Messenger at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You know who you are.
Please stop.
You know who you are. Stop that.
Just please stop.
Go to a meeting, get some help. Stop it. Stop it.
Am I right, though?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Nothing
And just so we can
screams.
put this on record, nobody in the world casually does methamphetamines.
It's not a
It's
socially
not like a
acceptable.
social drug.
No.
You're not just doing it every now and then. If you're using meth, you need to talk to somebody. You need to get some help.
Mix and mingle. They give you 2 tickets for a little bit of heroin
Yeah, you know what I mean?
and 1 little cocktail.
You know what I mean? It's not like it's like, oh, I drink with my friends on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I
Chat
just
about business.
smoke a little meth on the weekends, you know, when I have the day off. And then pre football game. You know what I mean? Like
Let me tell you something.
it's not a thing.
If you're smoking meth, chances are you've got the day off. I'm gonna leave that right there.
And we can laugh at that because we've smoked meth and had the day off before.
And one of the three of us have not.
Derek's never even had a day off, much less smoke meth.
Oh man.
Well, listen, we want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. We had a really good time
I
doing
enjoyed
this
it.
episode.
I enjoyed it.
You know, hopefully all the sound stuff worked fine. If it doesn't, we're just gonna break and maybe buy a more expensive laptop. We'll find out. Thank you as always to Buckeye Preferred Services, the #1 tree
There ain't no doubt.
doing something service in the greater middle Georgia area. You can fact check that on the Coffee and Ketchup Facebook page. They will guarantee that that is a true statement.
Yep.
We would never fudge the truth to help somebody out, and we would never fudge the truth to make our ratings better. Fingers crossed. Like Kevin's never going back in the back room at the Kroger's again. And also Emerald City Sweets, just a great business.
Which
We have
one?
got, listen, so they have got, we've had their freeze dried candies up here before, the Skittles and the Jolly Ranchers and all that kind of stuff. They have expanded their inventory and their selection. Here's
so
some gummy bears I've not had. Brian says they're good.
So
Let me tell you the other two that are
Uh,
that are dangerous.
uh,
These probably in second place of the new three that we have right here are the
No, that's first place.
oh, that's first place.
Yeah.
They're right here. They're the freeze dried Werther's originals. I'm an old man. I love Heath bars. I love toffee. It's very good. The opossum can't stay out of them. Very but in first place,
Agree.
probably the best one I've had out of
By a
any of the
landslide.
absolutely fantastic. Are freeze dried milk duds.
Oh, yeah.
It is something about the caramel and the chocolate that
Those are good.
those are dangerous.
Yeah.
Those are a
Yeah.
problem. Those are yeah. Go get you some.
They're
Go
good.
see them. Pine Forest Street, 302 Pine Forest Street in Dublin. Give them a call. They do all your custom bakery stuff as well as they got sweets and regular lunch every Tuesday through Friday, I think.
Yep.
Go see them for whatever you need. If you haven't already, again, like we said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below anything you'd like on this episode, anything you'd like to chime in. Some dude named Blair is supposed to comment something. Was that right?
Moose?
Moose. Was Moose Blair? Blair Moose?
Different.
Different.
Blair was the neighborhood rock kid, the youngest one.
That's right. That's right.
Moose,
That's right.
Moose, wherever you are, comment down below.
Yeah, we're gonna
Let
try
us
to find
know.
him.
I want to see pictures of these jerseys. Um,
Hey, talk about next week for just a second and let everybody know who's coming on. This is gonna be a really, really good episode next week. Derek?
the hell is
Is
next
it
week?
next week or the week after? I can't
What is next week?
I can't remember. I've got it in my phone.
Next week on the 29th.
Is that when Doc's coming on?
That's when Doc's coming on.
Oh, is that next week?
Yeah.
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 Next.
So we'll have
Yeah.
that one, and then the next one,
And then
next
the next
two,
one.
or
Yeah, the
yes.
next three are.
Oh, brother,
We got guests lined up for the next
That's what I'm
3
saying. The
weeks.
doc, and then two more after that. We got
So
three in a
we
week.
have Dr. Souza coming on.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Souza. Dr.
Um,
Souza. We've talked
so
about
that's
Dr.
cool.
Seuss before, but
Yeah, he couldn't come on.
Dr. Souza is coming
For
on.
good reason.
He's Med Plus Immediate Care, and they've got something new that they've just started. He's going to come on the podcast, talk to us about that, and share that information with everybody. And I'm sure we'll dive into other topics as well.
Yeah. And Med Plus has 5 locations, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to see if I can nail them. We've got Dublin, Eastman, Milledgeville, Macon, and Albany.
Really?
That's it.
I didn't
Good
realize
job.
that.
And if I'm wrong about that, Darcy, let me know.
Yeah.
But I think that is correct.
Dr. Souza can correct us too when he comes on next
And he
week.
will, I'm sure. He
Yeah.
should.
And then after that, we've got another special guest.
Y'all,
coming on.
everyone asked. We lined it up, and we're gonna have the Deborah Russ come on.
Can't wait, dude.
I look forward to that too.
She's not going to want to sit by Derek because
Just
she does
know-
think he's a serial killer.
Just know, yeah, that's true. Just know, if she doesn't do as well as Sharon, I'm quitting. I'm out. I will consider it I will consider take it personally disrespectful. Wow. No. I'm not. I think it's going to do good, but there's a Dublin factor. You know what I'm saying? For all the
Absolutely,
stuff going
man.
on
Yeah,
in
but listen,
hometown crowd.
which means there's so many people in Dublin that have never met your mom, and
Yeah.
her story is absolutely amazing.
I look forward.
I've heard it, bro,
I
and
look
I
forward
can't
to
wait to hear it more in a different setting.
I've been thinking. I think I want to do maybe a little bit of like her story concerning me, but probably more of like what we did with your mom. Just
Yeah,
where
just-
you from,
yeah.
growing up. She's got a lot of different things. She did from school.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of cool stories growing
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
And
you know,
plus,
and-
she gave birth to Keith.
I thought you were about to say me for a split second. I thought you were about
You
to say
should
me.
You should have known better.
I should have known better.
I've got to go upstairs and straighten the towels on the string.
Oh God! Listen, like, comment, subscribe down below. T-shirts. We're doing the T-shirt rigmarole again. We're going to order them. We're not going to order them. I don't know if you want one. Let us know. If you want to advertise with us, we're offering some select packages. If you're interested in that pricing on kind of what comes with that, you can reach out to us at coffeeandcatchuppc at gmail.com. As always, thank you for all your support, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.